New bike day, collecting the Levo SL2 for a test ride. So it's not actually my new bike, but I'm just gonna test ride it. So let's see how it goes.
There was always a longing for more, a deeper connection, was disconnecting from the source within.
So today it's a new bike day, but it's not my bike. I'm just loaning this bike for a review. The new 2023 Turbo Levo SL with the 1.2 motor. So getting some specs out of the way. The new 1.2 Levo SL motor comes with 50 Newton meters of torque compared to the old motor, which comes with 35 Newton meters of torque. Battery is still the same, 320, but the output is now increased from 240 to 320 watts. So it's a lot stronger. And this one now comes at the base spec, which is the carbon version. So there's no longer an alloy version, and it starts with 36,000. The good news is with that 36,000 compared to the carbon that you get with the previous gen Levo SL, is that you get a lot better specs compared to what we have last time. So from riding up this first hill, the main thing I can notice is that the sound on this bike is slightly softer. It's not like it's a silent motor. It's not like the Track EXE, which is like silent. You actually still hear the motor a lot, but compared to the original Levo SL, it's a lot quieter. And today I'm riding together with Fendi and Derek, and Derek's the proud owner of a new Levo SL, also upgraded from the previous gen Levo SL. Here I am with my test bike, and let's see how it performs in the trail. I think it's important to test bikes at least in our local trails that we're familiar with, because we can really see whether or not these bikes can handle some of the things that our local trails can throw at them. So we're gonna try our first trail, 2K Apollo on the new Levo SL 1.2. I'm gonna leave my okay, so one thing I need to adjust later is the seat post. It's a bit too high for me now. Whoa, Sri Lam. So yeah, test bike day, big tree fallen. So drop performance is pretty nice. The setup that we have now with the new Levo SL is that, similar to the Levo, it now comes with a mullet setup. So 29 in front, 27.5 at the back. Alright, let's try how it jumps. Bit nose heavy there. Nemesis. Oh, actually feels really nice. And now what we're getting is a more aggressive bike as well, with fully tunable linkages.
Oh, tree.
Tree, bro, tree. There's a lot of fallen trees here. Don't hurt your back, man. Is it heavy?
Yeah, I think it's quite heavy.
The old Levo SL comes with 150 front and rear. This one now comes with 160 front, 150 rear. But you definitely get improved suspension performance. At the front, you're gonna get a Fox 36 rhythm, not even performance. But at the back is where you improve. And now you get a Fox Float X instead of a janky DPS. So at least now you get a piggyback. It should perform much better. So now I'm testing the uphill performance of the new 1.2 motor going up Twin Peaks. I think overall it does feel a little bit easier compared to the my SL. And truth be told, the part that I'm missing now the most is clipless pedals, believe it or not. So for this section, I normally get to pedal up, but every time I reach the top, even with my SL, feels like I'm dying. So let's see with this. Oh, much easier, and I can still top. So one thing that I noticed quite apparent now is that the 27.5 rear, because this is a mullet setup, rolls really slowly. And my first thought is that whether or not the tires are thicker, but compared to a full 29er like the one I have on my bike, I much prefer the climbing performance of the 29. This one feels like the tires is gripping into the ground a lot. So if it's for me, I'll swap this out to a 29 rear, which is doable on this bike. So now we're going down Quill Killer next to Pure Quills. Hopefully there's no fallen trees now. So one of the biggest upgrades you get as compared to the previous gen Levo SL is that now you're getting a GX drivetrain compared to an NX from the old one, which is seriously quite a upgrade if you ask me. There we go, going downhill. Tree! Oh man, one good thing for me to test is how heavy is this bike to hike. Definitely lighter than my current setup. My current bike is about 20.5 kilos. This one should be probably 18 kilos with the carbon frames.
Scratching up your bike, right? Not Specialized.
Sorry?
Scratching up your bike.
Scratching up my new bike. Hit! Downhill performance definitely quite good. Another tree. Oh. We're heading over to Sidewinder. Alright, heading to Sidewinder now. So one thing I'm feeling more and more now compared to anything else on the bike, to be honest. I think Specialized makes so good bikes that you can't really tell the difference from generation to generation in terms of pure trail performance. But there is definitely difference, and the biggest thing that I miss the most now is my pedals. Lino trees. Look at this. So the verdict here is whether or not the Levo SL with the new 1.2 motor. Oh, another tree. So I think yes, if you're buying this in Malaysia and you're riding it in our local trails, rainforest type of weather, sandy, semi-hard pack, overall I think it performs pretty well. But of course it also depends on the components that you have, the tires that you use, the pressure that you run. But overall, if I were to compare this with my current Levo SL, I think this performs really well. So if you ask me whether or not this is a good bike to buy, I think the bike is pretty good. Even though if you just want to get the bike and just ride, I think this is plenty good enough for you to do that. The only thing that I would change, if let's say you're riding a lot harder, is to change that front fork, because that rhythm fork is honestly not the best, especially when you want to do a lot of customization, a lot of tuning, a lot of big jumps. May not be too suitable, but if you're just doing day-to-day trail riding, I think this is plenty sufficient. And comparing it to my previous gen Levo SL, this one is a lot better because now it comes with a carbon frame. Of course the price is also the carbon frame price, but again you get a lot better components. You get SRAM Code RS brakes, you get the whole GX drivetrain, which is really good, and the rear shock that comes with it is also the Float X performance, which is really good and really sufficient for most of your riding. So the only thing that I would change is that front fork. Maybe change it to a 36 factory or maybe a 38 factory. Yeah, so those are the changes that I will make. But overall, as a bike that you want to just buy and ride, I think definitely is a very good value bike. So last trail I'm gonna do today, Bunian. And honestly, it's been a pleasure riding the new Levo SL. And I want to thank Specialized TTDI for letting me have a go with this bike, trusting me with this bike. Overall, I'm loving it. So now let's do Bunian. Hope there's no fallen trees here. Rider! Honestly, inside trail, If you were to run it in trail mode, it's honestly plenty sufficient. Similar to the performance you get with my current Levo SL at 35 Newton meters. But yeah, don't really need to run the full 50 Newton meters in the trails. So again, I want to thank you Specialized TTDI for loaning me this bike just for a nice review, nice test ride. They're really a friendly bunch of people, so if you ever want to test one of their bikes or check out their beautiful showroom, just head on over, look for the friendly guys there, and they'll hook you up. I hope you guys learned a lot about the new Levo SL, and if you guys like this video and want to see more reviews of bikes, definitely subscribe to my channel. See you guys!